The biggest issue when it comes to cheap package sets is that they look cheap, they feel cheap, they sound cheap. So has this billion-dollar company come up with the ultimate solution, or is this just another money spinner? Sounded good though. Oh my God, it got there. Listen to the sound of this. The only thing I would say that puts me somewhat off, oh, there she is. Today we are testing the £399 Anesis 100 golf set. And the big question I'm looking for is, does this not look like a package set? Does it not feel like a package set? Do these sound not like your typical package set? And the closest comparison there is to a package set that doesn't look like a package set would be the Callaway Edge set. £470, £480 from Costco. A bit more expensive when they first came out, but they had Callaway on the back of them. You turn up to the first tee and hit a golf shot, everyone knows what kind of brand is in your golf bag. And one of the reasons why I put performance to one side is for the particular golfer that wants their first set, are they really going to be able to tell the difference in performance when their swing is so inconsistent and their bad shots are so destructive? For example, this Ben Sayers set that I got from Audi last year was a great price. Performance-wise, forgiveness, the amount of clubs in there gave you the ability to get out on the golf course. However, there is no getting away from the fact that this is a beginner package set. Now it's at this point I should tell you, Anesis have actually sent me this package set to review, and even though I think there's some pretty obvious positives before even opening the box, I can guarantee you this isn't the perfect set, and we're going to be playing a par 3, par 4, par 5 to really scrutinize the sound, feel and overall performance of this golf set. So category 1, looks. Does this look like a cheap package set like the rest of them? And you will laugh when you find out what I'm most excited about this whole golf set that separates it from every other set out there on the market when it comes to looks. Come on, where are they? Let's get it out. Let's see them in all their glory. Yes, I know the irons. Yes, I know the woods, the putter, the clubs, the graphite shaft. That is not why I'm excited. This right here, not the driver itself. All right, let's put that to one side, couldn't care less. A head cover that looks and resembles just like every other brand of driver out there on the market. I don't know why it's taken 7, 8 years since the head covers have changed to be more like this. It just makes so much more sense, and surely it doesn't cost any more than, well, something that looks like that. Okay, enough fetishizing over the head covers. Let's get the wrappers off. Let's have a look at the clubs. Get your thoughts on them. They're unwrapped and there's a few negatives that I've already spotted, but put them side by side. I know it's not a full set, but I'll show you the new Ben Sayers MB set online. It's going for $299, 13 clubs opposed to 10 clubs. But in terms of looks, I want to hear your thoughts. Which one would your son, your mate, you yourself rather have on the golf course for their first set? £400 for 10 clubs, £300 for 13. Quick negative count. There's a dink in one of the head covers. Even though it's a lovely looking head cover, there's already a mark in it. Even though I think the matte finish on the clubs does give this level of expensive luxury, everything else, and I love the little bit of chrome almost on the top of it, this marks up very easily. Again, on the 7, you can see on the top there, already been marked. Back of the pitching wedge, already been marked. 9-iron, already been dinked. Some of the ferrules have got scratches and marks on them. And lastly, the hybrid's got a few marks around the hosel already. I love the matte finish personally. However, unlike the more premium clubs, I can just tell from the way that obviously these are scratched in manufacturing, understandably so, because they need to be quick and they need to be cheap, that when you do sky it, do thin it, do fat it, do hit a shot out of the bunker, that gleaming matte finish might not be so gleaming in the future. However, let's talk about the positives of this set. Number 1, we've got a 5-wood, ladies and gentlemen, not a 3-wood. Why any package set would have a 3-wood in there, I have no idea. And the fact this is one of the 10 clubs probably is going to be a bit of a weapon for a beginner just starting the game. Number 2 is this, and one of my biggest bugbears with all cheap package sets, and why they can't just put something half decent on the end of them, as it can hardly cost that much money to put a decent grip on the end of it. We finally have a decent grip, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that actually feels like a golf grip, like a Tour Velvet, something that you can actually grab onto. And considering every beginner grips the club for dear life anyway, why would you give them any more reason to grip it tighter? Especially when I compare it to like the Ben Sayers. And let's just say after 8 to 10 rounds with both of these grips, I know which one's going to have a bit more life left in it. Another bonus is the fact that you've got a UST shaft in it, which probably means absolutely nothing to a complete beginner, but I think obviously it's a nice added bonus. Not to mention, it's $399 for the graphite option as well. So if you want steel or graphite, it's going to cost the same amount of money, whereas normally graphite is somewhat more expensive. And very similar to the old Inesis 100 set, we have a mallet putter. Again, why a package set wouldn't have the biggest MOI head. Don't get me wrong, I don't think there's any less tech in this to weld this. But again, the more weight you have around the toe and heel, the less that face is going to move on impact. And let's be honest, every beginner's not going to be hitting it out the middle anyway. Not to mention the Inesis putter has a nice thick grip on it, like your Super Stroke. I mean, let's be honest, that's just common sense in 2023. And lastly, the bag. I don't think it's anything really to write home about, but again, it just completes the style and the look. And considering $399, meaning all the clubs are less than £40 a piece, and you get a bag included, it's got me thinking, could I beat this set for £400 with secondhand clubs? How old would I have to go? How much time and resources would it take me to find them? Because in terms of set makeup, looks and finish, I think they pretty much hit the nail on the head. Looks category done. Par 3, par 4, par 5. Performance, sound, feel. That being said, this is the first time in my life I feel the need to put head covers on my irons. I can just hear them clanking in the background. Hopefully some of the heads are left by the time I get to the hole. Par 3 mid-iron test, just over 170 yards to the flag. We have 7 iron in hand. I'm going to give it a smooth swing because if I can't get this thing up in the air, a beginner definitely won't. In terms of performance, I want the forgiveness, I want the height, I want the launch. And one thing that has surprised me is they don't look as offset as I thought they would be. A surefire way of getting a beginner to stop the slice is a nice offset golf club. So I'll be interested when I come over the top of this, how straight it actually goes. Right, over the top, off the back foot, big divot. Remember how you used to play. Tell you what, that's not bad. And I didn't catch that out the middle either. Just kicked off to the right. Again, I'll give these all a clean when I get back in and see what they look like. But my fears of them scratching up and basically that matte finish coming off, well, it held up pretty well there. And trust me, I definitely took a bit of a divot. Two things that impressed me over that shot. I was very steep, very across it, trying to recreate that beginner swing. And we still got quite a decent amount of height considering how far ahead my hands were of the golf ball. Number 2, I hit that all out the toe. That was not in the middle of the club face, yet we still got a semi-level of forgiveness and that club face didn't open massively, so we're just right of the green opposed to on the other hole. However, we always need a negative to balance it out. They do feel light, there's no question about it. The more premium cavity backs that obviously I've been testing over the years, tungsten, weight, heavy, again is going to help get that ball up in the air because shaft's going to want to bend more. But as I said at the start of the video, someone that slices the ball, shanks it, tops it, thins it, out of the 2 good shots they would hit over 9 holes, would they really miss that extra level of height and forgiveness? And we're talking small margins, probably not. Oh, we finished long. That's gone about 180 yards. Don't get me wrong, it definitely pitched there, so probably pitched at 175. And I didn't hit it, but in terms of launch distance, I mean, not good here, but good probably for someone that wants a bit more help. Now we have a 56-degree wedge at the bottom end of the bag, and that's quite a lot of loft, considering most cavity back sand wedges now are, well, the same loft as a 7-iron back in the day. But that's kind of what you need, and it's got a big sole and it's got a big bounce. You need the height, you need the stopping power. Don't get me wrong, I'm not confident with this amount of bounce over a shot that realistically I want to open the club face up a tiny bit more from. But for a complete beginner that's, let's be honest, just going to play the traditional bump and run 98% of the time, I mean, it'd definitely do the job. Now, big fan of the grip. That being said, the bigger the grip, the lighter putter head will feel, and without that much tungsten and all the other stuff that you would get weighs down a Scotty or a Spider or whatever, you haven't got that. So it does feel light. It does feel like the head wants to move quite a bit. I don't know if you heard that. Listen to the sound of this. Right, let me put it near the mic, hang on. Again, I can't put it down because I've actually hit a good putt there, but the sound would put me off. You don't get that dull, soft sound that you'd get from a more expensive putter. But let's be honest, is that Scotty Cameron gonna help a 36 handicapper? No. Now I've been looking for a new 5-wood for the bag. Let's hit it properly. I want to see how high this goes at my normal clubhead speed. This should be quite a sensible fairway finder. This is very much offset, however, unlike the irons, which makes sense because again, you're going to want that club face more closed with this particular club. So let's hope I don't snap hook this. Oh, I've absolutely nuked that. And that has gone high and spinny. Sounded good though. Sounded better than the putter. Now that definitely surprised me. Now I must say you get the choice in shaft when it comes to irons, but it's going to be graphite for the woods at the top end of the bag. And the 5-wood does feel like I've controlled it nicely there. And you got to remember, if you want that dull sound, that thud of a driver, you have to go expensive because it's just carbon. Carbon costs money. The R&D to put carbon in a head and it not crack when you hit it also costs money. That being said, we've literally put that 5-wood A1. Yes, it was too spinny, and yes, I would be able to hit other 5-woods further, but for the beginner, this 5-wood is a fairway finder, offset, spinny, high launching. So when you don't quite catch it and you do come across it, at least you got some kind of chance of being on the planet. Right, 150 out. The only thing I would say that puts me somewhat off is that the lower you go down in this set, the more it starts to just look like a chipper. Now, if you've ever seen those Maisel chippers, I'll put an image up now. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, the 7-iron felt quite good, but when you start looking at these, I mean, they've almost got the same size face as a hybrid, and then like a sole of a wedge. Okay, par chance. I think the wind's helping. This could be even pitch and wedge. We're 150 out, smooth swing. Try and get one flighted in there towards the flag. Definitely feel like this is a pitch and wedge with this wind helping. Oh, I've left it outright. That is just sailing though. Pin eye, great strike. I have to say, in terms of the feel category, it ticks the boxes. Again, it feels good out the middle, considering the harder you hit them, the worse they're gonna sound. But again, this isn't for a player. I'm hitting a nice little smooth swing there, and it felt solid, didn't feel hollow, didn't feel tinny. So feel and sound, mid-irons, wedges. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. You're going to tell more with the sound and feel the harder you hit it, but a beginner's just not going to hit it hard. I know I leaked that one out to the right, and I know on the 7-iron I hit out the toe, but they still felt solid. They didn't feel cheap. And that's the whole point at the start of the video. Does it feel cheap? Does it sound cheap? I don't think they do. In terms of the feel and sound of the 5-wood, I'm going to put it at 5 out of 10 because you can just tell it is cheap. It feels light. It feels whippy. Again, will a beginner be able to tell that? Probably not. But I can't say it feels and sounds like a 300-pound 5-wood because it just doesn't. Performance, however, of the wedges, the irons, and the fairway woods, I mean, it's tough to tell. I don't think if you gave a 36 handicapper this set of irons, hybrids, drivers, and a £2,000 set of golf clubs fitted for them, would it make that much difference? Because they're still gonna have the thins, the fats, the shanks, the tops, the 3 putts. Feel and sound of the putter, however, I love the grip, but 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. I love the head design. I do feel like it's somewhat forgiving, but the sound is really off-putting, to be perfectly honest. And considering all the clubs in the bag equate to £40, something like that if you break them down, for £30, I'm pretty sure I could get you a nice old school ping, like a ping crazy, or let's say an old school Odyssey putter. I mean, the sound just puts me, I bet it goes in. Oh, that's golf for you, isn't it? I hate the sound, I hate the feel. Go straight in the hole. Might as well put this in the bag. However, there's one club we haven't tested, and if there's anything that's going to sound dreadful at £40 a stick, it's going to be this one. Right, oh my, why? All right then, I'm not sure. I have no idea where this is going. This is offset, this is whippy. Oh, let's give it a hit. Right! It sounds better than I expected, and to be fair, I hit that pretty solid out the middle. Right, tee it lower, draw it round, Oh, there she is. There she is. I appreciate everyone giving me a mulligan on that hole so we can get a birdie with this set. Big drive down the middle. Come on, teed up the hybrid. Oh, be good. That is all out the hill. That is all out the hill. It's not going to get there, is it? Oh my God, it got there. Oh my God, what a shot. The old dinker for the win. Oh, it dinked. Stay on that line. Go, chase. Get down there, chase. Ooh. Birdie slash bogey. Anissa's 100, 399 pounds. Looks great, feels okay for a beginner. Performs exactly how they should do. Catch you guys later.